Hello and welcome to my channel and my series. I am Luz Green Frog and I'm here today to do a weird thing, which is reading to you all. Um, and when I say it's weird, some people will be like, well, why are you reading it? Why can't people just go and read it themselves? Valid question. And I know a lot of people who really don't enjoy reading. They may have read in the past, like in school and stuff, but they just can't find time or energy now as adults to read. So I wanted to pitch in and maybe help people who don't have time or they have mental disabilities that keep them from enjoying reading as a whole, and use this as a way to not only educate myself on these things because I do love reading this stuff, but to also give people who maybe don't find reading as enjoyable a way to access this information as well, because they may want this information but be unable to sit down and actually read through it all. And as another aside, I will say this is all shot in the same video. There are no edits, there are no jump cuts. There absolutely is no AI because no. And I will not be presenting any of my own theories. I may offer a very short summary of the text at the end as I understand it. But it is purely what the game is providing to us at the moment. And some of us who maybe didn't play the original Arknights can take this information and use it to further our understanding of this Arknights and the world that Graphline is trying to build for us. So, if you sat through all of that, thank you so much, and I apologize for putting you through 2 minutes of me rambling. But if you could, and you're finding you're enjoying this content, because I will be putting this out in parts, I'm not reading all of 36 of these in the same video. I will try to group these in a cohesive way if I can. So, hey, if you have anything to add because you've played the original Arknights, hey, drop me a comment and I would love to hear about what you have to add in addition to this information, because the more information we have, the better that we can understand the game that we're playing and the world that we're kind of dipping our toes into as new players who did not play the original Arknights. So your information and your comment would be super valuable. And also, obligatory like, follow, subscribe, whatever, right? Let's get into it. We're going to start with Terra here. Terra is a distant planet, the home of the present civilization on Talos 2. Yet the relationship between these two worlds is profoundly complex. In the distant past, the ancestors of Terran civilization originally inhabited Talos 2, later venturing to Terra when they built a glorious civilization amidst catastrophes. 152 years ago, they crossed through the cosmic gate once more, returning from Terra to Talos 2. While most celebrated this as paving the way, those few who knew the historical truth would whisper another term for it: the homecoming. Several years later, the Cosmic Gate was destroyed during the First Angloid War, severing all connection between Talos 2 and Terra. The surviving humanity could only reminisce about their ancestral home through fragmented records. With an average radius approximately 1.55 times that of Talos 2, Terra bears planetary dimensions far exceeding its colonial counterpart. Yet remarkably, the cyclical rhythms of day and night, along with seasonal variations, demonstrate negligible differences between the two worlds. This synchronization is widely believed to be the result of precursor technology, an unknown mechanism that somehow calibrated both planets' rotations to match some lost celestial template. It is this mysterious harmony that allowed the people of Talos II to seamlessly adopt the fundamental calendar systems brought from Terra. Terra stands as the primordial birthplace of Originium, where the prime veins first emerged and vast crystalline clusters dominate the landscape. Its resource abundance dwarfs anything found on present-day Talos II. From the moment humanity first crossed the cosmic gate, scholars have tirelessly attempted to determine the celestial relationship between Terra and Talos II through comparative astronomics, searching the skies of Talos II for any trace of their lost homeworld. Yet, to this day, such research has made no conclusive evidence to pinpoint Terra's location among the stars. Originium. Originium is an energy-rich crystalline material. It was first brought to Talos II by the arriving Terrans. Originium exists in multiple distinct forms, serving as humanity's most vital natural energy source and industrial material. With its exceptionally high energy density, it can be directly combusted to release power for immediate use or undergo various refinement processes for specialized applications. When originium expends its vast internal energy, it leaves no residue like ordinary combustibles. Instead, it gradually breaks down into fine particulate dust, a transformation known as originium activation. Though this activated state carries the risk of spreading oropathy, such dangers have been effectively contained within Talos II's controlled environments. The energy released by originium can be converted through multiple pathways into thermal energy and every other known form of power. This unique property, known as originium adaptability, has cemented its irreplaceable role within human economic systems. One of Terra's 3 first originium fragments was transported to Talos II, becoming the progenitor of all originium on this world. This proliferation is made possible by the mineral's natural growth properties. A key mission of the United Works Syndicates of Talos II, or the UWST, involves cultivating originium clusters across the surface of Talos II to ensure the sustainable harvesting of this vital resource. A relatively recent discovery revealed that originium was artificially created as an information carrier. It possesses the capacity to reshape its surrounding environment and even influence the course of biological evolution. The true intentions of originium's creators toward Terran civilization remain unclear. What can be stated with certainty is that separating humanity from originium has become, by every measure, an impossibility. Originium arts represents humanity's methodology for channeling the energy within originium through specific techniques, directing it into defined forms to achieve particular purposes. During the dawn of Terran civilization, humans discovered their profound connection with originium. They learned that in originium-rich environments, they could manifest various natural phenomena through sheer will. Flames springing from palms, frost forming from breath, lightning answering their gaze. These primal techniques became the first originium arts. As civilization advanced, people developed specialized methods to process originium for enhanced originium arts. The devices created through these techniques became known as arts unit. Those who primarily rely on such instruments to practice originium arts earn the designation of casters. Later discoveries revealed that every individual possesses an innate affinity for specific types of originium arts, and their mastery levels, a phenomenon termed originium art uniqueness, This inherent nature demonstrates that that human capacity for channeling these arts varies fundamentally from birth. To bridge these natural disparities and to harness the benefits of originating arts more efficiently, humanity developed technology to encapsulate these arts within crystalline units, releasing them through mechanical systems. These innovations, known as encapsulated casting units, transformed originium arts into standardized technology and paved the way for the explosive growth of the originium industry. There are some grammatical errors in these. I will try to correct them as I find them. On Talos 2, humanity continues to reap the conveniences born from this revolutionary development. Race. Race refers to groups of humans distinguished by shared physical characteristics and or cultural traditions. Preface before I continue into this one, I may mispronounce some of these. I'm doing my best. I apologize. According to Terran tradition, humanity on Talos 2 is classified into three major racial categories: the Elders, the Ancients, and the Sarkaz. The Elders and Ancients constitute the majority of Talos 2's population. The division between these two categories originated from early Terran social dynamics described as nurturance and protection versus subjugation and dominion. These distinctions were based on social relationships rather than physical characteristics. When classified by physical traits and cultural traditions, typical elders include Draco, Hippogriff, Lung, and Kulin, who represent a smaller portion of the population. Notable ancients comprise Feline, Liberi, Coctus, and Fort, encompassing the majority of human individuals. Conventionally, the term Sarkaz refers to the majority of this racial category, with few exceptions such as Sancta and Durin. Unlike the Elders and Ancients, they trace their ancestry to a distant lineage. After the Ancients, the Sarkaz form the second largest demographic on Talos 2. Throughout Terran history, the Sarkaz engaged in significant racial conflicts with both Elder and Ancients. On Talos 2, these historical hostilities have largely been resolved. However, the Sarkaz now face a series of unforeseen challenges on this new frontier. Currently, Seska serves as the primary representative of Sarkaz cultural traditions within the civilization band. The following is a list of common racial descriptions used by the Terrans. Number 1. Ancients. Archosaurian, a race whose members usually have bulky tails. Archosaurians are proud of their culture and prefer living in rainforests. Adapting to the climate of Talos 2 has been quite a challenge for them. Ager, a race with close affinity to water. Their ancestors built an entire nation under the sea, complete with the undersea metropolises. They also played an important role in the history of Terra. Aslan, a subgroup of the felines that diverged because of their unique culture and traditions. Characterized by their golden hair and tails, Aslan also claim descent from a royal family that ruled some Terran nation. However, the modern Aslans have already come to terms with this fact. There are no kings or queens in Talos 2. Caprine, a race with great love of their horns. Terrans stereotypically view Caprine as expert casters of the originium arts. After all, the legendary Witch King was a Caprine. Coctus, a race characterized by their long ears and short, fluffy tails. Coctuses prefer living in cultist communities and place great importance on familial ties. These are Terran traditions that they have kept alive. Ilafia, a race sporting branching antlers atop their head. Their ancestors most likely lived in Terran countries with plenty of forested regions. Feline, one of the most common races. Most felines have pointed ears, long tails, and keen senses. They are widely distributed across the entire civilization band. Fort, a race that usually sports horns, powerful physique, and excellent endurance. Forts proved to be indispensable for the exploration and development of Talos II. Kuranta, a race with exceptional endurance and skills in running and jumping. The Kuranta were ones who established the knightly and chivalric traditions. Liberi, a populous race characterized by feathers and light builds. They are one of the most common races in both Terra and Talos II. Lupo, a subgroup that diverged from the Perros. The famous landbreaker clan known as the Pack have many Lupo members. Perro, a race with puffy, furry tails. They usually live in large families and place great emphasis in keeping peace and harmony with each other. Perros are also one of the most common races of Talos II. Fidia, a race with tall, slender builds, long tails, and pointed ears. Some may also have scales growing on their bodies. Fidians were already quite rare in Terra and became only rarer in Talos II. Savra, a scaled race known for their longevity. Like Fidians, many Savrans have long, scaly tails as well. Unlike the Fidians, their skins tend to be tougher and more resilient. Ursus, a race characterized by their bulky stature, endurance, and cold resistance. The Ursite once established a nation of the same name on Terra, and are now active throughout Talos II. Voiver, a horned race whose members commonly serve as mercenaries. Most Voivers are valiant and capable warriors. They are sometimes mistaken for Dracos. Volpo, a subgroup that diverged from Perros. Volpos are known for their light, nimble builds. I should probably go through and name who is what of what race. Zalak, a race with light, nimble bodies and characterized by their ear tufts. Zalaks are already famous for their tenacity and ability to survive harsh environments in the Age of Terra. Other ancients, Anurans, Ceratos, Itra, Manticores, Petrams, Pilosa, and Rapobas also crossed the Cosmic Gate and arrived at Talos II. These races were already quite rare in Terra. Their rarity has not changed in Talos II. Elder. Number 2, Elders. Draco, an elder race with magnificent horns and majestic tails. Dracos are often mistaken as Voivers due to their rarity. Kulin, an old race that hailed from the Terran nation of Yan. The Kulin were the ones that created Lefa, Thunder Arts, a unique form of the Originium Arts still being used by the Tianxi from Hongshan Academy of Science. Lung, or Lung. Widely held as the oldest race of Terra, the Lung occupied prestigious roles in the Terran nation of Yan. Other elders established Terran traditions of racial classification regarding many ancient subgroups as elders. Examples include Hippogriff subgroup of Liberi, the Cerberus subgroup of Perro, and the nine-tailed Vulpo subgroup of Vulpos. Number 3, Sarkaz. Sarkaz. The Sarkaz are the original natives of Terra and the only true visitors of Talos II. Their incredibly complex history and relations with other races cannot be summarized in a few pages. However, most Sarkaz living on Talos II have chosen to leave the past behind. While the Sarkaz can be further subdivided, most still prefer to call themselves Sarkaz for convenience. Anasa, an ancient Sarkaz leader, migrated to the eastern lands of Terra, and his Sarkaz followers adopted a new cultural identity known as Anansa. They also created a unique and long-venerated philosophy that still exerts influence over people living on Talos II. Durin, a Sarkaz race characterized by their smaller statures. Generations of subterranean life caused the Durin to diverge from other Sarkaz. They are renowned for their technological expertise, as well as appetites for drink and merrymaking. Life in Talos 2 hardly changed these customs. Sancta, a Sarkaz race whose cultural identity was changed by the precursor's personality and cognitive synchronization, or PCS. The Sancta are often called angels, as they are born with halo and wings. This name fell out of use for obvious reasons. However, most Sancta don't really mind. Cosmic Gate. Cosmic gates represent a classification of precursor transportation infrastructure whose operational principles remain only partly understood by contemporary science. On Terra, these structures were positioned at both the northern and southern extremities of the planet's major continents. Talos 2, by contrast, possesses only one confirmed cosmic gate, located at the northern polar region. When discovered by humanity, both cosmic gates on Terra were found in states of severe damage. Through immense effort, researchers managed to restore the less damaged northern structure, commonly called the Sami Cosmic Gate. Exploration revealed it led to what was initially termed subspace, though this has since been determined not to be a true ether side. After countless attempts and sacrifices following the reactivation of the precursor celestial calculation and measurement device known as the Celestial Fulcrum within Terra's home star system, humanity finally identified the Cosmic Gate's paired counterpart. This breakthrough allowed the first steps onto the soil of Talos 2. During the colonization of Talos 2, humanity exercised deliberate caution by refraining from any modification to the planet's cosmic gate. This prudent approach meant no additional cosmic gates were discovered in the process. However, scientists across the civilization band widely maintain that other cosmic gates must exist within Talos 2's star system. This vital passage between Terra and Talos 2 remained operational for 5 years until the outbreak of the First Angloid War, when humanity lost access to the Talos 2's cosmic gate. Today, the Talos 2 cosmic gate lies shrouded underneath the aurora of Talos 2, beyond the reach of human activity. Its current condition, along with the status of Terra on the other side, has become inaccessible to human knowledge. And that's where I'm going to end this, because I think this pretty much sums up kind of the basis and foundation of what we're looking at. Where the people came from on Talos 2, that they have an original homeland, and how the races are kind of broken up and broken down, and then subsequently classified. How Originium became such an important role in human society, and how they ended up on Talos 2 and then estranged from their home planet of Terra. So hopefully you found this interesting, and if you've made it this far, you're a Giga Chad in my book. So make sure you drink some water, hug a loved one or something. But most of all, understand that you're important and that you're probably more loved than you think you are. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Take care.